All right, my first guest tonight hosts her own talk show entitled The Caroline Rhea Show. Please welcome Caroline Rhea.
Hello.
You look very elegant.
Well, thank you. It's a big deal to come on your show. I live in the building. Yeah.
That was a real commitment of you to get on an elevator and come on up here.
And I was late.
What is it, like 2 floors or something?
Yes, I'm 2 floors beneath you.
There should be a pole that runs from my studio to your studio, and I can just come down whenever you're in trouble and get you in worse trouble and then leave.
No, you were brilliantly hilarious on my show, Conan.
Please, we can't spend time talking about me. How do you think I look today? All right, wow. I wish that was real.
You cut your hair.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Oh.
Shaved my back, though.
Wow!
Just everyone likes to know that, you know? I like a nice slippery back. Now listen, what do you want?
You're very premature. Immature. Premature.
He said we'd never discuss that night. I'm determined to have a classy conversation with you.
Never gonna
Just
happen.
once. Let's
Never.
try. Now, you're working so hard on the show. These shows are hard. Every day. It's a coal mine.
They are.
Yes.
They want me to come in every day.
It's insane.
It's daily and live. It's exhausting.
Do you ever get any time to just get away and, like, with
We haven't done anything fun in so long. Usually we like to go to, like, the zoo.
You and your beau?
Me and my Bob. But we haven't gotten to do that in a long time.
Did you get in? One time you told us you got in a lot of. You were like you went to the zoo and it was very sort of uncomfortable, right?
Well, every time I go to the zoo, there are members of the animal kingdom having sex, and I just feel like couldn't they we call ahead and maybe have the bears not doing it that particular day?
Do you think they sort of enjoy doing it in front of people? Do you think that's it? Maybe
Well, the first time that Bob and I ever went to the zoo together, it was like it was our first date, and there was this the female camel, and she was like so bitter. I remember because we talked, and she was just like, and then like the big stupid male camel came over, and you're like, and he like lined up right on top of her, and like was about to, you know, do the.
Right.
Yeah. You know, he was about to play some porn music for her.
Yeah, right.
And I said to Bob, I go, because it's always awkward when members of the animal kingdom are farther along in their sexual relationship than you are.
Oh,
you know?
right.
And
It's a first date.
Yeah, I wanted the camels to maybe go kiss me on the cheek and say, I'll call you in a month, whatever.
Right.
But so they're about to, you know, and I said, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. They're going to have sex. And Bob goes, no, he's shading her from the sun. I was like... Okay, well, you're not shading me for about 3 months, okay?
So, you never got a chance to go back?
Well, the last time I went back, there was an orangutan who was self-pleasuring himself. Have you ever seen that? No, it's not pretty.
You can't self-pleasure yourself. That's double, no. That means you're pleasuring someone else. I think you can either pleasure yourself or self-pleasure, I think. But anyway.
Self-pleasuring himself.
So he was touching himself.
Stop it.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
I wasn't touching myself. I'm just...
Put your hands up here and tell the story. Okay. He was, you know, what happened is I went in and this orangutan was, what do you call it?
Masturbating.
Oh, Conan!
That's what they call it. That's a medical term.
That's what I was talking about.
You're allowed to say, wait a minute.
You know what?
That's a medical term. You're allowed to say, that's a medical term. My doctor uses that term all the time. He's like, you've got to stop that, son. I'm like, doctor, I can't.
That's why you're going blind, Conan. Because of the self-pleasuring
That's
self.
what your priest tells you, not your doctor. Anyway, go ahead. So he was doing that? That's horrible.
Well, this orangutan was, you know...
Yeah, doing that thing.
Say it!
Oh, I'm not going to say it again. It's wrong.
He was rhymes with, you know, that. And, but he locked on to my eyes as he was doing it. It was so upsetting.
See, that's just creepy.
Everywhere I went around the orangutan room, he was like...
So he was looking at you kind of like, huh? That's terrible.
Not like maybe you and me, baby. No, not that
I didn't mean that.
way.
I mean, well, okay. Ow,
in
that
a whole
hurt.
different way.
I have a very weak upper body. Don't do that. My bones are very soft.
It matches your lower body. Look at that. Never gonna happen. We're never gonna have a sophisticated conversation.
I'm so sad now. I don't think I can get over it.
Get over it.
Okay, I just got over it. You're getting a lot of good guests. You had Siegfried and Roy. We've never had Siegfried and Roy on this show. I would kill to have Siegfried and Roy.
Really?
Well, I just want to kill Siegfried and Roy.
I love Siegfried and Roy.
Right.
The only problem is that as I was walking out towards the stage, you know, as much as I've always loved Siegfried and Roy, I wasn't sure which one was Siegfried and which one was Roy. So as we were walking out, there was sort of like a little turn of events, and everyone went around, which one is Roy? Which one is Roy? Which one is Roy? And we had a little panic, and then they came back and they said, he's in the blue, and then they were both in blue. We're like, they're both in blue, they're both blue. So I was like, Siegfried.
This general crowd known as Siegfried and Roy, from the photos, I've never seen them in person, and never will, apparently, but they look like they've had a lot of work done. And have they? I mean, they just look kind of, they look kind of...
Yeah, we discussed that on the show. I have no idea. I mean, let's figure it out. They came to this country in, you know, the 50s, and they look younger than you and I. So maybe they've had a little, I don't know.
They came here in the 1850s, fought in the Civil War. And then, now your mom, apparently, she calls the show a lot because she saw the Siegfried and Roy show.
Yes, she did, Conan.
She calls the show, and she's very funny, right, your mom?
It's so hard doing what you're doing. I really do understand.
Are you having a nervous breakdown right now?
Every time I come to this show. Yeah, my mother's very funny, but she says, like, really inappropriate things to me, and she's, like, very waspy and prissy, but then she'll call up and go, Car, do you want to hear a joke? And I'm thinking, yes, okay. How is marriage like a hurricane?
How is marriage like a hurricane? Okay.
There's a lot of sucking and blowing, and then you lose your house. You know.
Your mom told you that joke?
My mother told me that joke.
I like your mom. That's great. That's a really good...
Is like in complete shock. They're like, your mother?
That's a great mom to have. That's terrific.
Oh, she always said things like, we'd be like, you know, on vacation, and then right before we'd go to sleep, Car, of all the men you've had, who's been the best in bed? I'm like, you know.
She asked you, talk about things like that?
I said you, don't worry.
Apparently, I'm premature. That's what we've learned tonight from our little discussion.
No, she always said things like, you know, like about my friend's fathers. Oh, I bet he's a tiger in bed. Just strange things. Your mother doesn't do stuff like that?
No. I'm from a very repressed Irish Catholic family. There's no acknowledgement that sex ever occurred or exists in the world. We're of the, like, if I ask my mom now, you know, like, where do babies come from, it would be something about the cabbage man comes. A cabbage is unveiled and a baby. And they once, when we were kids, I think they gave us a book, like, to explain what it was all about, and it was this book that says, like, where babies come from. And the crucial chapter, which would be about intercourse, was just...
Sorry, come on.
Intercourse? What's wrong with intercourse? That's insane. All right, making love.
Oh, don't make me, that's even worse.
That disgusts people?
No, but Okay, go ahead. Yeah?
The hell was that?
I had something in my throat.
Whatever, all right. Okay.
Go ahead.
But no, the crucial part of the book, it just said, then the mommy and the daddy go to sleep and good things happen. Or so it was, like, incredibly vague. So to this day, I don't know what the hell happens. I'm still waiting for someone to explain it all. Before we go, what are your Thanksgiving plans?
I'm making a turkey for the very first time.
No, that's not going to work out.
Thanksgiving to you.
It just never works out the first time.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Is it going to be one of those with the button that pops out?
You know, everything you've done in this interview seems wrong. No.
That's what I do. That's the magic of me. No, the little button, everyone else knows what I'm talking about.
So far you've said, if they cut it together, masturbate, intercourse, and the little button that pops out. It just seems wrong.
Only you're thinking of it that way. Everyone else thought it was innocent. The little, you buy the thing, you know what I'm talking about. And when it's red, thank you.
Okay, fine.
The little button pops out. The crowd's with me. You guys, you're from Canada. They don't even have Thanksgiving in Canada, do they?
Yes, we do.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
You guys have, like, Waffle Day or something.
Yes, no, we don't. In 1867, when the British North America Act created Canada Day, July 1st, we decided we'd have something to celebrate, fancy pants. Okay.
Oh, my God, that was amazing. And that's when the tradition of gathering on the table and carving up the waffle began. Want white waffle or dark waffle? Oh, look what's happened. We've totally destroyed this interview. Nothing constructive happened.
Ever.
Ever. It never happens. And look, now that's broken. We're doing a great job. Check your local listings for the Caroline Rhea Show. Caroline Rhea, everybody. That was perfect. Mark Feuerstein coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Thought the location was deserted.
That's perfect!
But they uncovered a secret hideout.
Just kill them.
Now, for 6 friends,
We really need to get out of here.
the only way to stop a group of terrorists planning the unthinkable is to make it down the mountain alive and warn the world. Extreme Ops. Rated PG-13 starts tomorrow.
Santa, did you eat all the planter's nuts?
Reindeer.
There are nuts, and then there are Planters nuts. The fresh roasted taste of Planters. This holiday, bring out the good stuff.
Clam chowder?
Yeah.
Me too. What was that look for?
Well, the clams in my Campbell Select are more tender than yours. And Campbell Select beat Progresso in a taste test. Want to taste the winner?
Campbell Select.
I think our relationship needs a little color, a little intensity.
You want intense? Oh, you want color.
Herbal Essences Color has that exhilarating herbal fragrance with pure color extracts for color more intense, more vibrant than it's ever been.
Yes!
Wow, great color. You did all this for me.
No, I did it for me. And maybe a little for him.
Herbal Essences, a totally organic experience in color.
You've got mail.
What do you call someone who pays double for internet access? An AOL user. NetZero gives you the entire internet for only $9.95 a month. Get it at netzero.com.